And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not dead.
You're also not Frank.
I'm also not Frank. The much more handsome, ruggedly handsome IT professional of the Sling'N podcast. I'm TJ.
And I'm Kent. Wait, just so we're clear, are you more handsome or is Frank?
I mean, clearly, I am.
Okay. All right, just checking. I'm with you. I mean,
Frank is at least witty.
Yeah.
Dare I say a suitable replacement, TJ?
Yeah, he does pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I like him. I just realized I need to shave my beard when I just looked at it in the mirror. Stinks.
Right?
So it needs a little shavy shave.
It's winter. Let it grow.
We love Zach. Man, I miss you. I don't fucking like this whole you doing things and me not talking to you and you beep booping and whatever. I think what happened was TJ's been working for the Ukrainian government this whole time, and you want to tell us?
I mean, they probably pay better.
I'll bet.
What's the exchange rate? What do they use? Ruples?
Ruble? I don't know what a ruble.
Deutschmarks? Pounds? I don't remember. I was never good at geometry.
Ruples sounds like fake, not real money.
It's all fake.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man. So, glad you've been holding the fort down.
I have.
You guys have been doing a damn good job. I have been watching the shows, guys, by the way. You know, I produce them, so I publish them. I download them after Kent yells at me for not downloading them after so long. But then, you know, I produce them and put them up on podcasts so you guys can listen to the audio. So I have been able to keep track. I'm really sad that I missed the Phil Groff episode. I haven't seen that glorious hunk of man in a while.
He's a beautiful creature. He
is. His hair alone, I'm jealous.
So one of my favorite things about Phil Groff is that he pays less for his internet than he does for his gun man cave compound room. I'm like, you're gonna get your internet speed up. He's like, why? I've never heard. I'm hitting tires with sledgehammers. Fair.
Yeah, fair. Just don't hurt me.
Yeah, please don't hurt me. What am I eating? I'm eating a venison burger from Zach's farm, as a matter of fact.
Right, yeah, from your little hunting trip with Zachy.
My little hunting trip with Zach. Dude, my life is crazy. This is like the first meal I've eaten all day. I just got home and sat down. It's been banana pants. I was at the range.
You know what the fucked up thing is? This whole time, like, obviously, so new chair. I had to get a new chair. That's how much I've been sitting behind this desk lately.
Right.
You would think that as arguably sedentary as I've been for the last month and a half, that I'd be gaining weight again. I'm actually losing.
Yeah.
Because I have been so busy, I haven't eaten.
Dude, it's stupid. I was just like, God, I haven't eaten food all day. I wonder why I'm so damn hungry. Yeah.
Right? You start getting snappy at the wife, like, God damn it! Like, have a Snickers. But it's against the diet. It's not keto.
Yeah. Hey, it's Landon. Everybody say hi, Landon.
Hi, Landon.
My name's Landon. I've been addicted to guns for 3 years. I like long walks on the beach. And this new girlfriend I haven't told anybody about.
And getting hooter than a drunk owl.
Mm-hmm. Getting hooter than a drunk owl here and yonder. All that shit. So we're here to talk all about all the awesome stuff from SHOT Show, right?
Yeah, something like that. You mean all of the stuff that looks exactly the fucking same as it has year over year?
Okay. So your favorite podcasting YouTube celebrity sensation folks, Kent and TJ, have been gun industry adjacent and gun industry participant for a hot minute now. And we ain't impressed. Like, it's the same old shit.
No, I mean, look. So,
but
a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic hit, right, I was given. I had an opportunity to go to the Nra Annual Meeting. Right, there's plenty of there's a few videos and interviews that I got to do on my channel about that. It was a fantastic experience, predominantly for all the people I got to meet. Right. That, Jerry Michalik, Max Michel, Julie Golub, Arlie Ermy, right?
Wait, who was that last one?
or not Arlie Ermy. I think he'd actually passed by then. But the other Glock, Chuck Norris. That's right, Chuck Norris.
Oh.
I get them so confused. Angry Marine Corps drill instructor versus a man with a roundhouse kick behind his beard. Whatever. They all look alike to me. Stupid white people. But yeah, that was what made that event cool, right? Getting to hang out at the TGC panel, John, Pat, and Genevieve, getting to meet those guys in person. Just so many people. Of course, our friends over at Right On Optics. Dude, it was great. That's where I met the guys from Head Down Firearms, right? We've had them on the show as well. It's absolutely fantastic experience. SHOT Show has continued to be the only shining light that even has me wanting to go. The ray of light through all the bullshit has been the opportunity to continue to meet some of these people that I follow, that I watch on social media, that I consume their content. That's the only interest I have in going. But that being said, I'm often asked the question, what got me into guns, right? What fascinated me with firearms to begin with? And it's the engineering, right? The science nerd in me draws a natural interest that these parts and pieces can be precisely or not so precisely fit together, manufactured of different different components, different materials, and achieve an effect, right? Be it, in this case, a violent explosion or a controlled violent explosion projecting a bullet out the end of a barrel. Deflagration, conflagration, other $5 words.
Yeah.
But it's the engineering, right? So I still watch the other, gun tubers of the internet and their content that they put out covering SHOT Show in hopes that I will see something new and fascinating. Suffice it to say, I've been sorely disappointed year over year for probably the last 3 or 4 years. There is one company that actually impressed me with some of the things that they made, and
I'm interested to hear yours.
Honestly, Magpul, and for the dumbest reason, the dust cover.
Yeah,
that new dust cover, the toolless dust cover, for people that want to either replace their dust cover on their AR-15 or they're doing a home build, right? That's the type of innovation I like. I will also say that I like what I'm seeing coming out of Strike Industries. Strike Industries has made some really cool products. I use a couple of them. I've got their cage gas system on one of my AR-15s. Okay. I can't even remember what all products I have of them. It's been that long, but very innovative. Very interesting designs, aesthetically pleasing. They do a good job. That's a company that has my interest.
All right. What was there one that was really hyped up for you that you were like, that's not as cool as it was supposed to be?
Yeah, that's just it. I don't think there's been anything that's been hyped up as much lately. Yeah. I mean, admittedly, I could have missed it. I've been kind of living in my cave for the last month and a half. But because I recall several years ago, or even leading up to this point, there was a lot of products that were hyped up. Like the Springfield Saint comes to mind, right? That's a perfect example of. I think the industry might have learned a lesson from that, where they hyped it up too much and it's just another AR-15.
So it occurs to me, we have some people asking what SHOT Show. And I was like, haha, wait, maybe some of these folks actually don't know what SHOT Show is. So SHOT Show is the big gun industry trade show that occurs every year. It's put on by the National Shooting Sports Foundation, NSSF. It's like a car show on steroids, but for the gun companies. So this time every year, all the gun companies come together. They go to a big convention center in Vegas, and they bring out all their newest, hottest, greatest, and latest wares. It's basically a dealer expo. So if you're signed up as a dealer with some of these places, like you'll get, SHOT Show announcements ahead of time, and you'll get vendor pricing, and you'll get whatever. I'm starting to live more in that world now than I had in the past. But the bottom line is this: it's the new hotness, which also kind of ends up being the not new hotness sometimes. Sometimes it's like, oh my God, they made it brown.
Right.
Okay, cool. It's brown.
Oh, it's a Glock and Tiffany blue. Yeah, so SHOT stands for Shooting, Hunting, and Outdoor Trades. It is not open to the public. Right. This is a vendor and media only event that, as Kent mentioned, is held once a year. I think they actually had it in Caesar's Palace this year, or the convention center that's connected to Caesar's. They've been expanding every year, it seems, that they've had it, because obviously they didn't have it last year.
Right.
No, they did have it in 2020, but that's because it's in January every year, and the pandemic hadn't hit.
Actually, SHOT Show started COVID.
Possibly.
Because all the Chinese spies came in to steal all the new Trijicon optic designs, and while they were there, they left COVID behind.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me. It's funny you mentioned that, because there is such a thing as the SHOT Show crud.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when. So I don't do SHOT Show. I do the local, the Great American Outdoor Show, the NRA show, which is right here in Central Pennsylvania. It's like a tenth of SHOT Show or something, right? Maybe a 20th.
I mean, easily, yeah, but still, the NRA Annual Meeting and SHOT Show, the Great American Outdoor Show, I would say those are probably better, largely because they are open to the public, right?
Yeah,
it gives you an opportunity to talk to other consumers, right, and say, hey, what did you think about this product, right? With SHOT Show, it's all about, okay, who's going to stock this new equipment that I'm bringing to market, and that's they're catering to that audience,
right?
They're not going above and beyond and trying to impress the end consumer. They just need to impress the end user or the store owner enough so that they'll place an order for X 100 or 1,000 units.
Yeah, whereas a lot of these shows are like product and consumer centric. SHOT Show really is a place where there's serious business being transacted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even hazard to venture a guess. How many guns were sold in Vegas this past week? You want to take a crack? I don't know. Like clearly the 4473s weren't done, but how many people paid for or agreed to purchase orders and terms for guns in Vegas this past week? There had to be.
Oh, I would say it's easily in the tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars altogether.
Right. Yeah.
And especially if you look at where the market's catering, right? They're not so much developing new equipment. And to be fair, there are a few like smaller manufacturers that are cutting their teeth. This might have been their first SHOT Show, or they're coming out with a new gun, or it's their first foray into a firearm, right? They might have been like a stock company or something like that, and they decided to make a complete firearm. And there are some that are put together that are quite nice, but nothing that's earth-shattering or new, right? It's a new bolt gun chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Okay. Like the 308 AK-47.
Right.
Really? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the question that nobody asked, or answer to the question no one asked.
Right.
Well, like Smith & Wesson, they come out with a different form of the Smith & Wesson EZ9.
Right.
Excuse me. They come out with an M&P in 10 millimeter.
Yep.
That's it. Oh, there was a lot of buzz around this new concealed carry caliber, right? Was it 30 super carry?
Yeah, because 357 SIG didn't have a place to go die. We can't get fucking 9 mil. 9 mil is $111 a round. Now we got to have a whole new cartridge?
Right.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So for those playing the home game, 30. It's called 30 super carry. It is somewhere in between 380 auto and 9 millimeter. it is essentially giving you bare minimum expected performance out of a 9mm with a little bit more ass behind it than 380. Right? I think actually the heavyweight grain of 30 Super Carry, if I remember correctly, was 110 grains,
right.
with the lightest 9mm load being at 115, and generally the heaviest 380 caliber being 95 grains. So this is going to be anywhere between 95 and 110 grains for a projectile weight. Look, I think it has a place, but I don't think it was a place that needed to be filled.
Who came out with this?
Federal, if I remember correctly.
Right. So Federal, if you're listening, where are my fucking primers? Why are you dicking around with 30 Super Carry nonsense when you could be making me ammo to teach your new customers with, or giving me my primers? Why? You need me. You need me to teach the people so that they don't shoot themselves, so that you don't get sued. I am here for you. You're here for me. You don't know who the hell I am. I damn sure know who you are, but stop with the 30 Super Carry. Terrible idea. Dumb.
Well, it's answers to questions nobody asked.
Thank you so much for taking tooling time, machining time, using primers and using powder to come up with a new cartridge in the middle of the frickin' Corona apocalypse.
Right. And of course, as Landon so eloquently puts it, and has all the knockdown stopping power of a rabbit fart.
Right.
I mean, no, look, I'll give credit where credit's due. The terminal ballistics on this thing look impressive.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
I mean, you're getting your 12 to 14 inches of penetration with some pretty decent expansion.
Giggity.
Stop it. It's my first show back in a month and a half. God damn it. Let's keep it above the waist.
Giggity.
So you completely fucking derailed me. You are, Kent, I love you so much. You are the proverbial penny on my train tracks. But yeah, I mean, look, the performance, it's impressive. I'll give you that. I just don't think it was necessary. Go with a 9mm. Jesus Christ. Is it really that complicated?
No, it's not.
Matter of fact, there's a whole course that you and I went through that talked about the power of pinky pressure. To help with that whole monstrous recoil that comes from the vivacious 9mm. Right. Yeah, it blows my mind that people keep getting away with this shit. But no, but taking it back, like the Luago Alien. I mean, $5,000 for a pistol is a little much, but that impressed me. That's some really cool technology. It's a really cool innovation. I was really hoping every time SHOT Show comes around, I'm always hoping for that level of, wow factor from a new innovation. And it's just fell short this year.
Yeah. Young's on the chat just talking about, why would a trainer be interested in SHOT Show and what would they do? It's one of these things, right, where if you're sponsored by one of these companies or you work with them, that's one thing. The other thing is you're really looking to come up with the relationships inside the vendors. And I've managed, to a certain degree it's nice to be able to pick up the phone at a company and call up somebody. Justin from Primary Arms. It's nice to be able to pick up the phone and call Justin and go, "Hey man, I got a thing I'm looking to do. Do you guys want to help out?" And they actually say yes because you have a relationship. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of relationship building, really. Like that and content creation, like Kent, right? He's not just a firearms instructor, he's a content creator. We do this podcast, stuff like that. But at the same time, it's business development. You cannot survive as a firearms instructor without having additional business relationships. You have to expand your service offering. So whether that be through customer support, through relationships like Kent's mentioning, we can both have Justin's phone number. He's a good friend of ours. We call him up if any of you had a question about something from Primary Arms. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure we could find that answer for you, right? That's the customer service element of it.
Yep,
the other half of it is you're a stocking supplier. Maybe you don't have an FFL, maybe you do, but hey, I keep 5 or 6 guns that I recommend to my students, especially first time gun buyers, right? Hey, I've got 5 or 6 Glock 19s. If you like this, I can sell you one. We'll do the 4473, bing, bang, boom, you're done.
Yep.
Or, hey, I've got extra magazines. I've got extra optics. I've got all these different things that they can sell. It just helps grow their business, and it makes it a more immediate offering to the end user. In this case, the student. Yeah, holsters too. That's a big one.
I was just doing that tonight. I just sold a guy a bunch of med gear. So I'm on the distributor email list for the SHOT Show stuff for great deals on med gear. What's kind of helpful to my customer base.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have that stuff in there. It's also good to see what, from our perspective, one of the reasons I pay attention is because I'm just as sure shooting. Some guy's going to come to class, here in a couple weeks, and he's going to go, "Hey, did you see the new fucking record?" And I'm going to have to go, "Yeah, I did." What do you think of it? And if you don't have an answer, my actual answer is, I shot my Glock 17 tonight. I did well. Have a good day. But, you can't say that. You have to actually answer somebody. So
right.
There's a company that announced a new device similar to a TENS that allows you to control shooters' muscles, specifically demo grounded and wounded scenarios. Oh, that's a terribly awesome idea. That's either a real bad idea or a real good idea.
Someone's going to get shot.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I've got a similar one. I just pay my brother $10 to randomly tackle people while they're training in Kent's class.
You have now been grounded and wounded.
There's a slightly taller and stronger version of me. It just comes, water boy Bobby Boucher his ass across the range in a violent, unintelligible scream as he just shoulder checks you right into the chest.
That's terrifyingly awesome. I really like it. Yeah. So let's see. What's good stuff? Let's talk about good stuff from SHOT Show. I'm really happy that Primary Arms has their own pistol optic out.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. That's
no.
all. So it's not awesome because we do stuff with Primary Arms. It's awesome because seeing different companies get into the pistol optic game means that it's more of a mainstay. The prices will come down. Optic milling will be more and more common on defensive pistols. Battery technology will improve. It's the rising tides rise all ships argument, right? The more companies that are doing this stuff, the better it'll get as it moves its way up to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm happy Primary Arms is in. I'm happy EOTech's in.
Hollow Sun's continuing to improve the game. I will say that it's impressive to see what they've done and how far they've taken the technology.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's another pistol red dot, right? But they have a flush mounted pistol red dot that lines up perfectly with a Glock MOS system that requires no plate and screws directly to the slide. So they're solving a couple of different problems with that technology, right? Or with that innovation. One, smaller form factor, weighs almost nothing, machined out of titanium, so super durable, at least presumably. Aaron Cowan, Aaron Cowan.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
The video's already made. We just haven't seen it yet.
Right. But from what I understand, there's no battery in it. It's purely capacitors and solar chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, to your point, man, it's the added competition is only going to drive the innovations farther. And hey, maybe next year, maybe next SHOT Show, maybe the SHOT Show after that, we actually start getting impressed again.
Yeah.
But yeah, good on Primary Arms for coming out with that. And I'll say this too, there's a lot of companies similar to Primary Arms that also try to mimic's a strong word, but they try to mimic the industry trends.
Yep.
And they fail miserably.
Yep.
I have to be honest, and I'm not blowing smoke here. I've been very impressed with Primary Arms with what they do with their optics. They're in-house optics. I mean, you could easily write them off, and I can certainly see how they could be written off as, you know, a rip-off company, or they're copying and pasting and, you know, making a copy of a copy. It doesn't turn out so good. But no, I mean, kudos to the team for quality assurance and quality control at Primary Arms. They're putting out some good stuff.
You know, if you look at the 1 to 8 ACSS Platinum Series scope that I'm running on my 10-inch gun right now,
that's a lot of scope for such a short gun too, by the way.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
All that's coming to mind is like the old school, you know, what you might call a sharpshooter's rifle, where it's like a 24-inch octagonal barrel lever action 45-70 or 45-120 or whatever.
Yep.
and the scope is really just a brass tube as long as the barrel.
No, listen, here's the thing, right? I'm blind as a bat, dude.
No, bats are as blind as Kent's.
I need 8X just to see it in my back door. Leave me alone. No, man, I love that scope. That's a great setup for that gun.
You've been running that for a hot minute.
And here's the thing. I don't baby shit. Ask dudes, there's at least one dude who's in my last rifle class up here. That's in chat right now. Steve was in my last rifle class we did. Ask Steve where my rifle was all weekend. It was laying on the deck in the middle of a pouring rainstorm, right? Mm-hmm. Dude. Oh, there's your glass fog. There's your optic. Is your optic really waterproof? Are those Chinese optics really waterproof? Bro, I taught a whole rifle class with that thing. And whether people realize this or not, during rifle class, sometimes the best thing to do is to have students deck the guns. Like, just lay this down on the dirt, because that's the safest place for it to be, rather than swinging rifles all over the range. That rifle laid in the deck all weekend, getting poured on, and then got used for demos. Good night, Zach. Love you, brother. I'm eating deer. Yeah, when you're as blind as me, you need every advantage you can get. Hell yeah. What's this, Rodney? What's this Jaeger thing you're talking about? Accuracy under fire? What did Jaeger? I didn't see this. Somebody link me something. I honest to God, I didn't see this at all. Do you know, TJ?
I have no idea what he's talking about. Generally, if Jaeger's involved, I won't watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's nothing personal. He just doesn't impress me.
Yeah.
And similarly, I'm sure I wouldn't impress him at all either. So it's whatever.
Oh, that's the TENS device he's talking about.
Yeah, we will see. But at the same time, some of the other practices I've seen from videos taken from a tactical response range didn't always strike me as the safest either.
I'm an alumni. Awkward silence. Listen, here's what I would say. Nobody solicited my opinion, and I'm not big on giving opinions of other trainers, but I'll give this one about James. James and the crew and the people at Tactical Response, from the top to the bottom, are polite, professional, nice human beings, good people. They also 120% believe what they're teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. They do. They are dead steadfast, 100% serious. It is not a gimmick. It is not marketing. It is not a game. They are not pretending for the internet. They are teaching what they believe is the best possible stuff out there today. They really believe that what they're giving people is 110% quality. And quite honestly, most of what they are giving folks is very good. The fact, though, is that exposing brand new handgun students to the techniques and procedures that they expose them to, in the order in which they expose them to, in the conditions and range settings and group sizes that they expose them to, doesn't sit well with me.
Right. Now, with that being said,
things he teaches that I'm like, oh, that's really dumb. There's a few of them that are really dumb. But more than that, it's not just that. It's the Susie soccer mom shows up to a TR class for the weekend, has never shot a pistol before in her life, and before the end of the weekend, they got her laying on her back shooting rounds between her knees, and she can't yet reliably hit a target.
Yeah,
that's my
look. I'll put this out there too. Again, nothing personal.
No,
if given the opportunity, if given the opportunity to sit down and have a beer with James Yeager, I would gladly take the opportunity.
Yep.
I mean, you can't be in this industry for as long as he has, and not pick up a thing or two, right? And similarly, this applies to a lot of people in this industry, right? There's a lot of knowledge to be gained, right? But when it comes from like a training perspective, I have to look at people and say, would I be comfortable sending my wife or children to learn from this individual?
So hold on. So yes, from the perspective of like when you say wife or kids, there's a personal part of that, which is like, would I allow this guy around my wife? Fuck yeah. Yeah. Like,
absolutely. Yeah. Let's not get it twisted.
That's not what we mean.
I'm not to besmirching his character as an upstanding citizen.
No.
Honestly, quite frankly, everything that I've seen, I used to be a subscriber to his channel. I used to watch every video he'd put out.
Yep.
Having him as a good, like, I'm not besmirching him as a person at all, not at all. But I even think that there's, Kent, correct me if I'm wrong, but I even think there's an interview around out there where he has been of the mindset where not everybody deserves his training.
Yeah.
And I agree. There's not everybody is a good fit as a student under his school.
Yeah. It's really just, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, 99.9% of what is being taught has some applicability to someone somewhere. That would not be my POI for a 2-day, fighting handgun class. Not even close. Like the assumption that's made is that, and he says this, like I politely took class and didn't stand there and like be a dickwag and then like say, oh, this is dumb and you people should come train with me. Here's business cards. I didn't do anything like that at all. And what I was told by the cadre there was essentially, look, man, we are assuming these people will never take training again. And because we are assuming that they will never take handgun training again, we have to fit as much into this weekend as humanly possible. That's where I diametrically disagree, because my intention is to get you to continue to come back and continue to take more classes. And, the hell with me. You guys know me by now. I'm over here selling everybody else's classes too and all that stuff. So I'm about it. But I guess if if the zombies were coming and you had 16 hours to show somebody everything they had to be shown with a handgun, I guess I could understand where that POI comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't think that it makes the most sense.
Yeah, and where it doesn't make sense to me is that if you're acknowledging and basing your doctrine around the concept that people will not get training beyond and above yours, you are doing them a disservice by supporting and facilitating that poor decision that they're making. Because we can all agree that minimal training or only going to one class is a poor decision. If that is going to be the stake that an instructor is going to take with me or anybody that I know, then I can't help but think that they've already written me off as somebody who's not going to want to get training anymore. Instead of encouraging me,
right.
Say, hey, dangle a carrot in front of me. Hey, you can learn more about this if you come back and get more training. If you go train with Joe Bob over here, one town over, who's a good friend of ours, he teaches things a little bit differently, you might be appreciative of what he or she has to say, right? Why not facilitate the expansion and the understanding that just going to one instructor is not good enough? I disagree with the sentiment of writing students off.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's tough because I mean, those guys they're true believers, man. They're 1,000% serious when they say like, this is what we believe you need to know. All right. You know, and they
Like, are you sure there's nothing else?
Yeah, right.
Not even a little bit of something else that you might think I might need to know, right?
All right, but hey, man, I believe in my shit. Like I have what I do, and I believe that's 100% right. Right?
Well, you should.
Yeah, right.
You should.
That's my point. If I didn't believe what I was giving people was 100% legit, I shouldn't be giving it to them in the first place. There are people in the training industry who are intentionally teaching what they know to be horseshit just because they know it will sell. That is not happening at TR or anywhere else that we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. It's happening in networks that claim to help people with personal defense. Like the personal defense network.
I'll even give them this. I'll even give them this. The fact that they believe it to that level,
yeah,
is something to be mentioned. It should be marked, right? Because if you're going to, and I might be misreading it again, I haven't taken any of their classes, but observation's a powerful tool. To believe it to the level that they do, like, can't you believe what you're teaching?
Absolutely.
There's no bones about that, right? But when you believe it to a point that you have established an entire doctrine that where it's almost become a religion.
No,
right?
That word doctrine, like, get me and Tim Kelly yelling about some doctrine up in this motherfucker. Doctrine has no place.
Right.
We are not teachers.
Like, but there's something to be said about that level of devotion to what you're teaching.
Sure, there is.
And it means that they have a passion for what they're doing, and I'll give them that credit.
It's kind of like, so if you care, I do care. I have numerous, more and more humans who call me and tell me that something that they used through a class of mine actually did some good and helped somebody. Whether it's a guy helping his neighbor during a minor, accident with a broken ankle from a med class, to somebody who went to spray or went to hands or guns or something like that. I can't claim any Tom Givens numbers. I don't have 70 of these. I'm in the teens now, right? And those are humans who I care about. Tomorrow, if some shit came up that I was like, fuck, I've been fucking this up. I've been saying A, and god damn it was B. It's been B the whole time, and I've been saying A. The difference between doctrine and curriculum is the curriculum is a living, breathing document. Doctrine is this is what we believe. Here's what I believe. Here is my doctrine, right? If you wanted to ask me what I believe so strongly that is doctrine, I believe you have the right to do this no matter what, so help you God, fuck anybody who says differently. I believe that your family has the right to this knowledge. I believe that every human on the planet Earth does as well. I believe it's our responsibility to give you that. I believe that you should avail yourself of all the abilities, techniques, technologies, anything that you can do to get an edge. I believe you should do it, and I believe you should approach it with an open mind. I believe you deserve to be treated like a human with respect and dignity, and I believe it's my job to treat you like a business professional while I'm showing you something that's pretty tough for some people to swallow at all. All right, that's what I believe is doctrine. The rest of it, hey man. This is the best way that I've figured out to grip a pistol. Let me show you. Hey, this is the best way I figured out to draw a pistol. Let me show you. Hey, you know what? I'm not huge on tactics, but I'll tell you right now, if I'm in a mall and the Kenyans start clacking AKs, I think your job is to get your wife and your kids and get the fuck out of here. I don't think your job is to go running into the fray and change the world. But if you're going to run into the fray and change the world, I think you should probably know the following things, right? But that's all. I don't want to say it's all fungible, but it's certainly it's a breathing document. It's breathing knowledge that is if my pistol class was the same pistol class as I was teaching in 2013, I ought to be fucking tarred and feathered. Like if you haven't grown or expanded,
that can be arranged.
All right, right. And I mean, even with guys like that, like I'll tell you what, you know, some of the TR crew has been known for going out and taking other training, and you know, Yeager famously did a YouTube video where he took Jedi's class.
I mean, he's taken several other courses.
Yeah,
Thunder Ranch, like
he's taken a bunch of training, but he's gone and specifically like, hey, I'm gonna make a video about me going to this other famous dude's class. Like that says something,
right? Yeah. So it was raised in the just to get back to the Not Shot Show. The mag dispenser. Did you see that one?
No.
So this thing's the size of your grandmother's VCR.
Okay.
Straps to your chest, or Molly equipment, Molly adjacent attachments, and it holds something ungodly. It holds a shit ton of AR magazines. It's like a Pez dispenser for AR-15 mags.
Okay.
Right? If you're gonna carry that much ammo, dude, just get a goddamn belt fed. Now, I will say this: I think it is a cool. I think it's a cool thing. Like if you could, for like a vehicle mounted like supply point, all about it. But you watch this dude like with it on his like demonstrating the capability of it strapped to his chest, and all I can think of is I don't think you've ever actually been in a scenario where you actually have to carry just 7 magazines, let alone all of the magazines, let alone strapped to your chest. Yeah. Yeah, Rodney, that is such a better. It looks like a microwave attached to a plate carrier. That is 100% the most accurate description.
How much does this thing weigh?
I'd have to see how many magazines it actually holds, but it's substantial. You essentially look okay. So we've seen the movie Predator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jesse the Body Ventura with his machine gun or with his minigun. He had that backpack full of belted ammo.
Okay.
Imagine that probably 2/3 the size and strapped to the front of your body.
I like it. I could put back all the weight I lost. That'd be great.
Yeah, and destroy your back and your shoulders and your neck.
Right.
Don't try to run. Don't try to lay prone. Right? It's just.
Oh my God! It'll be on the T-Rex website.
Wait, Rodney, it only holds 6 30-round mags? Please tell me it holds more than 6 magazines. I'm going to wait for an answer.
Yeah, I'm not saying no Rodney types.
Dude, I'll be sorely disappointed. Like, I saw the demo. I thought it was cool. It's a cool factor. I'll never buy it, but it's cool. Definitely innovative. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But if it only holds 6 magazines, that is way too big for what it is.
I mean,
let's take something simple and complicated. Not only was the inventor in the military, he was clearly an officer.
Oh, fuck. There we go. Does it load the mags for you?
No. As big as it is, you could probably cram like a vertically challenged human being in there and just have them stuffing rounds into the like. Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh fuck!
It's like a top two.
Stop. Green Mountain Defense is coming out with the mag midget for 2024.
You can't use that word.
I can't say midget?
No.
Really?
It's insensitive.
Oh. Seriously?
Yes.
What am I supposed to say? The mag little person?
Little person. Half pint. Fuck, I don't know, man. But midget's a bad word, apparently. Dwarf. Yeah, there you go. Dwarf. The medical term for it.
Landon's over there like, we prefer dwarfs, sir. He's not short.
It's 4 seconds, but it goes much faster. It's 4 seconds faster to pull 6 mags from than pouches. Oh, okay, good. 4 seconds is a lifetime in war, said in Artie. 4 seconds is a lifetime in war.
No, wait. Don McKellar's over here saying it holds 16 mags.
Okay, 16 mags. That's okay. That's a little bit more appropriate, but that's still it's taller than you, Kent. Okay, 16 mags, still cool. But at the same time, right? Might as well be belt fed. Might as well be belt fed. Okay, because I don't like doing math in public. I'm going to use my calculator here. So 16 times 30. This thing carries 480 rounds.
Right.
480 rounds of Freedom Seeds, right? There is so much less of a form factor in belted ammunition.
I'd almost rather run around with a box of ammo.
No, so okay, this is perfect. Take your standard, your I guess you would call it the larger of the ammo cans that you see, so like the 50 BMG cans, right? Where you can fit 1,000 5.56 rounds in these damn things. Still smaller.
Jesus.
Still smaller.
I'm eating lettuce. Say health.
Of course you are. So just to further the math, so average 5.56, 55 grains, plus, I don't know, call it another, 25, we'll just say an even 25 grains for the cartridge, plus 30 grains for the powder, plus 2 grains for the primer? So 112 grains per round, that's pretty accurate. Times, what did I say, 480?
510 is the number Don just put up.
53 divided by 7,000. Let's see if my math's even close. Yeah, 38 pounds fully loaded. Holy shit.
Well, that doesn't even take into account the magazine and the goddamn magazines.
No, he says 38 pounds fully loaded.
Holy crap.
38 pounds fully loaded.
That's too many.
Yeah.
That's just, that hurts my brain. My brain ouches. My brain already ouches. Mr. Young, good night, sir. As always, thank you for your contributions. You're a helpful chatter.
Yeah, just pack a buddy with you and leave the tactical microwave at home. Landon, right. My words exactly.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I would take fucking one Landon over 30 of these sons of bitches any day.
You know what's better than taking 4 seconds off of your reload time for 6 magazines?
A Landon.
Having a buddy with you like Landon that'll lay down suppressing fire while you take that extra 2 seconds to grab that magazine out of that pouch and reload. Right?
Right.
I'm gonna wear one to the gun set art carbine course. Go for it.
Oh my god.
You're a daisy if you do.
Oh my god, he will too. See, this is the thing. I love Frank. I wish Frank was here. You know, like you can tell Frank like pissed off his wife by being on the podcast all the time because he ain't here tonight. Like he's not even in chat. He's like, nope, I don't gotta work tonight. Here's the thing, though. I'm telling you right now, this AR rifle microwave nonsense is the kind of shit that Frank would just wear a kilt and run around and just. He would be all franking about it. He'd just be franking all over the place. Just, hey, did you see this? Hey, did you see this? Hey, did you see this? Like,
yeah. I mean, knowing Frank, he'd 3D print the sumbitch and make it better.
He probably already is. He probably did. He probably designed it. They probably paid.
Yeah, Frank will have his own version soon. Yes, he will. I fully agree with that, Rodney. Or Landon. I can't keep you straight. You all look alike to me. Fucking white people.
Nothing alike.
They're white people. They don't look alike.
Like he manages a Best Buy, and Landon looks like he manages an AutoZone.
Yeah, it's some white people shit. Y'all keep that.
What's this white shit?
I'll stay in my look. I have transcended whiteness.
Okay.
I've been in my basement so long. I am completely devoid of all color. This is makeup you see. any longer in this basement, and I will lose eyesight, and it will be replaced with echolocation. I'll essentially be Kent.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I have transcended. You have transcended.
I have transcended whiteness. Yes, I am translucent.
Oh my god!
Yep.
Landon is 3 times my size. It sounds like he was birthed in a pasture.
Lead Sling'N translucent. There you go, Don. You got the point.
Right.
I'm providing my. You guys think this is studio lighting? I'm literally providing my own backlighting right now. That's how bad this is. No, so guys, just to give you all kind of a bit of what I've been dealing with. So, those of you that have been watching the podcast, you guys know that I'm involved in cybersecurity. I'm also involved in and lead the team for incident response. So when one of my clients has a significant issue, they essentially ring the bat phone, and we come and run in to help them. I've had 2 cases pop up since middle of December that I've been deeply involved with, and we're talking easily 14 to 18-hour days every day. Last time I had an operational tempo like this, I was in Afghanistan.
It's bananas.
Absolutely bananas.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I'm doing the same hours. I just am not stuck in a basement.
Yeah, you're not stuck in the same chair the entire time.
I couldn't do that part of it.
Yep.
Dude, this deer is so good. I'm eating the deer crumbs. I'm eating deer.
Yeah, and Don, that's exactly what I've been dealing with is ransomware.
Yeah.
So, that being said, there's perks to this job. I now have ransomware payloads at my disposal. So, just saying.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear back from Federal on that thing we talked
about? Just answer this email. Hey, take a quiz. You won a prize.
Yeah. All I'm asking for is 100,000 primers.
I will say this, though. So other lessons I've learned in the last month and a half, because it never fails. There's, bad things come in 3s and 4s and sometimes 16s. That fantastic giveaway on Instagram where you're going to win a Ford Raptor and $30,000 to pay the taxes, probably fake. It's a scam. It's a trap.
You mean nobody wins that?
Yeah, dude. The amount of people that I've had hitting me up saying, "Hey, can you hack back into my Instagram and my Facebook account?" I tried to participate in a giveaway, and I ended up getting completely screwed and lost all access to my social media.
Oh, speaking of which, my mom needs you to help her with her Instagram and her Facebook. She said she was going to pay you, and I will pay you not to.
Oh, okay. Like, sure, Mom. Here, open this email for me.
Right. Don McCall.
Problem solved.
DJ has a loaded crypto wallet. Yeah, what do you got in crypto over there, anyhow?
Oh, actually, crypto? Well, aside from abysmal performance in the last couple of months, it's a buyer's market right now. Let's see. I will actually tell you guys what I have for crypto. Hold on a second. So I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Dogecoin, and Shiba Inu.
Okay, let me rephrase. How much, and is it enough to buy 100,000 primers?
No.
Okay.
No. Maybe when the market rebounds. I'm going to stick a little bit more cash in there, and we'll see what happens in the next 2 years.
Okay. So, my mom tried to win a tiny house. It's scary as fuck. I think Don's been on Facebook with my mom because he's right.
You want to know how bad this is? Like, with social media, just when people whenever I get these calls or these text messages from friends and family to help a third party who got hacked in their social media, I'm like, can you just tell me what you did so I can do the same thing? So I can have an excuse just to thermite this whole fucking thing and just be done with it.
Oh man. Yeah, I got an email from the CEO of my corporation. He wants to have lunch. I'm pretty sure that motherfucker don't want to have no lunch. I think that's probably fake.
Probably.
That guy, he don't give two shits about me. You know, you get this email from the guy, right? It's like, hey, Kent, when are we doing lunch? And I'm like,
Yeah, I need you to do this thing right now or you're fired.
right.
Click on this link that's misspelled and route you to China. Route you to China.
I need you to buy $40,000 worth of gift cards and send them to this address in Hoboken. Sure thing, boss.
Right.
But you can't use your company credit card. Okay, I'll float it. Like,
yeah.
What? Yeah. Yeah, pay this new vendor by wire within 4 minutes. Yeah, that's all. VR dry fire setup. Rodney, now you got me. Now I'm up in that shit. Rodney, see, what the fuck are we doing? We should have had Rodney as our chief SHOT Show correspondent.
Yeah, the downrange correspondent.
Rodney's legit. He is so our friend Rodney from Apache Solutions is like the world's techiest of techies. And I say that just because he knows things about things. He's like Frank without the autism. So,
oh, Jesus.
Rodney's all up in this stuff. He's
No, I will say that, right? One of the things that has impressed me is the constant evolutions to training scenarios and training equipment. So like the cool fire trainer that came out a couple years ago, the different lasers and red dot, like the different laser, little fake bullets or whatever, to give people a safe, inexpensive method of continuing to dry fire. That shit's invaluable, right? They need to have a whole separate trade show just dedicated to that type of stuff.
Holy crap.
That's a market that I want to see, not necessarily saturated, but I really want to see the competition in the training simulation come up, so we can see some really hardcore innovations coming out of that. And that honestly, that VR training is pretty good. At least I can't really speak to the one specifically that the chat's talking about, but the military's been using virtual training environments for a long time. And these are CO2 powered firearms, somewhat similar. It's not a 1-for-1 identical recoil impulse, but it's very, very close. And yeah, it's an incredible training experience. It really is. And I mean, they've got everything from, at least what I was in, the M9 pistol, M4 carbine platform, up to the Modus 50 cal, right? And everything in between, the basic soldier systems that you would see. It was actually really good training. It really was.
Holy smokes. This is like a whole virtual reality training system in a goddamn Pelican case.
That's cool.
Whoa.
So speaking of which, I got my son an Oculus for Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah. Bro, of all the things, like, those toys that, your son's getting to the right age when he's asking and getting into things that you're like, I want to play with this too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, I'll go up there, get my Beat Saber on.
Already there.
Well, yeah. I mean, your Tonka truck, your Tonka trucks, and your play school lawn equipment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I cut you off on the Oculus.
No, it's the VR immersion, right? When it's done properly, I'll tell you what. If you could take the Oculus and partner it up with a replica training firearm that induced a reload requirement and recoil impulse, that'd be awesome. I'd buy that for $1.
No, I'd buy that. That'd be cool. P.S. Shout out mom. Apparently my mom heard us talking about my mom on the podcast, so that's always good.
You're grounded.
I am grounded. I got the I'm grounded text message. Here, look, ready? This is great. It says, no mom
bashing on the podcast.
Oh, we're that.
We are not mom bashing.
No.
Your son just thinks you should not be on social media for some reason.
Well,
Why he would think that, I could only attribute to him being a horrible son.
It's just the whole like that's the thing. That's the first, well, let's put it this way, Mom. Like your sister is the person we're talking about on the Facebook, right? Like, share this if you don't have AIDS. It's like, whoa. Like, what do you mean? Why
that escalated quickly.
Right. Like, share this if you believe in Jesus. I don't know. Like,
Jesus don't care about your problems.
Yeah, Jesus don't give a shit about Facebook. I know that.
Leave Korean Jesus alone. He ain't got time for your shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What's that? It's a Shaquille O'Neal quote. Shaq's like, "Why you got to be wearing Jesus in a tattoo? Don't be bringing him into your mess. He's gonna
right."
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's pretty fun. Yeah, Gun Club, Oculus Range app. I like that stuff. I'm down for that. That'd be fun as hell.
No, I mean, there's even a couple of shooter games that my son and I have been playing. It's really cool. I tell you what, it's a damn workout. That kid, he'll play that thing for hours. He'll take the headset off and he'll put the controllers away. And he's sweating, right? Like it's a cool workout. Let's see, what does it say? I brought you into this world, and I can take you out of this world. I think you and I have the same mom.
I think we might,
because I heard that growing up so many times.
Heard from Joe Rogan, 19 of the top 20 Christian groups on Facebook are troll farms in Russia. Yeah, everything on Facebook's a troll farm in Russia these days. Yeah. And I'm just over there trying to provide wholesome dad joke content.
We all got to do our part.
That's right. So I think we beat the SHOT Show thing to death. Rodney's on this. Rodney, you want to jump on an episode here in the next couple of weeks and talk about all the new techie, SHOT Showy stuff? Like, Rodney's over there in chat doing it better than we were. I was just going to say I'm happy that all these new companies are getting into the pistol red dot game. I'm really happy to see the innovations in holster products. Shout out Filster. That's always cool.
Mm-hmm.
Really happy to see that Med has made a bit of a resurgence in the consumer market. That's really good news. Mainly, I'm happy about those two things because I'm selling the products now, so that's pretty cool. I'm happy to see that ammo manufacturers seem to have found some primers and powder, even if they did devote them to other. I might buy one of those stupid, what's that, 30 super carries, just because there'll be ammo that's available. Like,
yeah, for a short time.
Right, I know.
I remember the great 380 drought of circa 2009, 2008.
380 drought of now.
Yeah, now even, right?
So in the gun class with 380s are like, do you have any ammo? I'm like, no.
Nobody does.
I got like 15 rounds of 380 that have been in a drawer for 100 years. Roddy, I'll just be bashing stuff. Like the Leopold, oh my God, the micro RDS from Leopold. You had to go there. What a trash bag idea that is. Hey, let's take the worst thing about a reader site and the worst thing about red dots and make them into one terrible product. Some engineer just like ripped a shot of cocaine off of a stripper butt crack and was like, I got an idea. Like, they're like, well, yeah, sure. We'll let you go. I don't know.
You leave my innovations and ideas alone.
Right. Oh, the Springfield Hellion. Who can I forget? See, Rodney, good job with the Hellion. Springfield Armory. They decided that they were going to lead. They did such a revolutionary, amazing job with the Saint, the Springfield Saint. It's the ARiest AR-15 that ever AR'd since the last 30 ARs. Let's get girls in yoga pants to advertise it. Well, they came out with the Springfield Hellion. Yeah. Together engineers annoy management team.
Hold on, I've got to Google this.
What, the Springfield Hellion?
Yeah, I'm trying. I need to remind. I'm just reminding myself. I did see it, but I'm trying to remember. It's a fucking bullpup.
It looks like somebody ran over an IWI Tavor with a truck.
It's a bullpup.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's a bullpup. It's a bullpup. So I automatically hate it.
Right, I understand. I'm pretty friendly with some of the IWI folks, and I still don't love bullpups. But I mean, my goodness, dude, the Hellion is just. This is what bothers me, and I'm serious about this. When these companies, so you got Federal and you got Springfield, two of the biggest, most stanchions in the shooting industry, right? Like if anybody could pull us through the crazy, it could be these big companies. Federal should have taken every grain and flake of powder and put it into making 5.56 and 9mm ammo to keep the shooting sports alive, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of fucking around making 30 super carry, some new caliber cartridge craziness.
You're not going to let this 30 super carry thing go.
Well, no, the same thing applies. Springfield could have simply put their tooling, manufacturing, machining, knowledge, and know-how into just putting out quality AR-15s and quality 9mm and 45 handguns that didn't suck.
Yeah, why do we have all these companies making AR-15s and only 3 people making barrels for them?
Right. Literally 3 people.
Yeah, 3 people. Tom, Mike, and Steven. They're just 3 dudes across the world that make all the AR-15 barrels. Some are wrapped in carbon fiber, some are not.
Let's see. There's a guy at Criterion. There's another dude at FN. There's probably a guy at Colt somewhere.
Mossberg is actually a big barrel manufacturer as well. Yeah, there's a strong possibility that if you have an AR-15, that your barrel might have been made by Mossberg.
That's interesting. I honestly didn't know that.
Yep.
Not what I didn't know.
Yeah, especially when you learn about these little things called machinist marks or maker's marks. Yeah. And you start seeing them everywhere, and you realize that they all come from the same place.
Yeah, that I knew. And I knew you can find the Criterion mark on all kinds of shit. You can find the Colt mark on all kinds of shit.
And what I'm saying, let's not besmirch, right? Let's not get it twisted. The companies that are making some of these barrels, like the aftermarket barrels, are phenomenal, right? Great products, lightweight. You got heavyweight for precision, like all sort and everything in between. Again, competition breeds innovation. If more people started getting involved into these other accoutrements of the firearms industry, imagine how much better that Glock might be, how much better that AR-15 might be, how much better that shotgun might be, whatever the case might be. But no, we're going to come up with a completely different way of doing something that already exists in a complete package that probably few people are already going to buy, instead of focusing on innovations to the existing products that we know to be true and good, at least in the United States. Right? Yeah. If you live in the United States, I'm going to recommend 2 things. Buy a Glock, buy an AR-15. You live in any other part of the world, buy a Glock, buy an AK-47.
And if you have a company that goes to SHOT Show, I'm going to recommend 2 things. Make me ammo for my Glock, make me ammo for my AR-15. Or sell me the components, I'll make it myself.
No,
Wait. I have a product. I have a product I'm no shit excited about. Dead ass serious. I'm excited about this. Frankfurt Arsenal is coming out with a 10-station progressive reloading press to compete with the Dillon RL 1050 and 1100 series presses.
No shit.
They're going to put out 10-station case feeder, bullet feeder, powder check, the whole son of a bitch for $1,200.
I'm looking at it now. The X10.
That is correct.
Coming soon. I'm
going to tell you right now, I'm on their list for that. And if you don't think in a New York minute I'm buying a pull the lever once and the ammo comes out pressed for $1,200, you're on drugs. The whole setup. They're selling the caliber conversions, the case feeders, the whole beepity boot for $1,200.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. That's a freaking, if that's a Dylan machine, that's a $3,000 machine.
Oh, yeah. With all the attachments and shit? Yeah, easily.
Right.
And I know this because I have a Dylan.
Right. Yeah, me too. I'm telling you right now, dude. To be able to crank out 9mm in the freaking 1,000 rounds an hour kind of general template. For those that don't understand, what we're talking about here is the more stations you have on your reloading press, the more operations the press can do in a single pull to hammer. So, like when I got my first reloading press for Christmas back in the day, my mom got me a single stage reloading press for Christmas, which meant every operation I had to run through that same station. Mm-hmm. Now I'm up to the big leagues and I'm running 4 operations in one pull of the hammer, or pull of the handle. Now I can run 10 operations in one pull. So you have room for a case feeder, you have room for a powder check, you have room for all the QC stuff as well. So dies, caliber conversions, case feed, swage on the press, the whole thing. The whole deal from start to finish in one pull of the lever for $1,200. Are you kidding me? Take my money. Yeah, Rodney, you're absolutely right. It's gonna just the swage on the press alone, Rodney. You're 100% right. It's a Dylan killer. Dylan's gonna get your ass kicked on this one.
Yeah. I've got a Dylan 650.
I thought yours was a 7.
No, I've got the 650. The 750 came out last year, year before last. All they really did, the only difference is the way it feeds the primers. It's the only difference. I've never had, knock on wood, I've never had a primer detonation in the tube, thank God. But yeah, I've got the case feeder, powder check station, powder drop. And that's really about it. I've got a Dylan swage press. It's just the swager.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's still a pain in the eye. I mean, I really only swage when I'm doing rifles or rifle cartridges. But
right, this allows for that off.
Yeah, it's a hell of a order of operations when you've got that many stages and that much capability. Yeah, it really is you clean your brass, throw it in the hopper and go. Yep. Like that. That's how easy it is. I'd like to see. I'm looking at it now. Is there a bullet feeder on here too?
Yeah,
it looks like there is.
There is.
Yeah. So that's the other thing, folks, for those playing the home game. If you get into reloading, the fewer you need to touch components, the faster and more efficient the operation is, right? So right now, one of the biggest things that slows me down whenever I'm running my reloading press for like high volume loading, so like you're mostly pistols, right? Pistol stuff is what I load the most high volume. I still have to run the handle with my right hand, and I have to individually place the bullet on each charged casing to finish the process, instead of literally just working the handle up and down and everything else taking care of itself. It's only a few seconds, but a few seconds multiplied by 1,000 rounds, right?
A few thousand seconds.
Yeah, it's a significant time saver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but hell, just in order to get that same capability on a Dylan, you actually wouldn't even order it through Dylan. You'd order it through a company called Double Alpha.
Yeah.
And their Mr. Bullet feeder is, I want to say, around $300 just for the bullet.
$480.
Yeah, almost 500 then. And that's not even for all calibers. That's usually just for one caliber specific feeder tray.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Now there's some you can get away with multiple purpose. So like if you had a 9mm feeder tray, you could probably do 357 and 380. But yeah, that's intriguing. You had my attention, but now you have my interest.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm down with it for $1,200. I'm down with it.
Right. Speaking of which, I need to load up some more ammo here soon because I'm going to have me a range day here in the near future. I've got a something that I need to put a few thousand rounds through to break in and run through its paces.
Oh yeah, did we get the email back from them about them sending me a gun or 2 or 6?
I don't know yet. Did you? I didn't see it.
No. Damn them.
Magical
Damn these companies and not wanting to give me free things.
Well, it is what it is, man. We got to get you in a bikini. I'm telling you, that's the magic right there.
Tell them we'll tag them in pictures of me in a bikini until they send me a gun.
I'll do a T-shirt of you in a bikini.
Oh my god. Oh, that's not a good idea.
Speaking of which, I know we're a bit behind on that, but I actually requested the payout through Teespring, and the Sling'N podcast, I'm pleased to report, has raised $200 for charity in 2021.
Yay! That is cool.
Yeah, once we get that payout issued, should be another 7 to 10 business days. We'll go through where all the T-shirts were sold and make sure that those charities get their donations accordingly. So thank you to all of you out there that watched the show and went and purchased T-shirts from us and contributed to those charities.
That's pretty cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, the guests that we've had have picked out some fantastic charities. Voice of the Martyrs, Second Amendment Foundation, Hold My Guns, all these other ones. I mean, they put out. We have a podcast community that has a heart.
We really do. Don, Bears on the Beach was a successful weekend. I don't care what you say.
Kent's never had more free drinks.
Dude, I'm telling you what. You go to Rehoboth Beach and you wear anything that even moderately resembles a fanny pack.
Yeah, I think it was the neon pink mesh tank top that you were wearing.
I wasn't as far away from that as I'd like to be, though.
It's such an awkward suntan line that you have.
Oh my god. Yeah. The Orvis sling bag and the Filster Enigma might have gotten me more attention than I really wanted.
Your orifice bag?
Orvis!
That's what your orifice bag? Is that what you say?
I like you. I miss Frank.
It was the nipple rings. Don, you might be onto something.
That's terrible. So, you know what's funny, TJ, is we had 2 topics planned for tonight, and you straight up said, you're like, we can't fill a whole show talking about SHOT Show. I would just like to point out that we just filled the whole show talking about SHOT Show.
Yeah, you know what the sad thing is? I don't even remember what the other topic was.
Fuck you! It was mine, and it was good.
I'm not saying it was bad. I just forgot what it was.
No, the hell with this. No.
Oh, don't go put in your nipple rings, and you'll be fine. Hold on.
We're going to talk about long-term preventative maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
The sustainment of weapons platforms.
Yeah, professional preventative maintenance.
Professional level preventative maintenance. And we're not doing that tonight because I'm going to do some professional level preventative maintenance on myself and go the fuck to bed.
No. Let's immediately pivot this conversation from you in a neon pink mesh tank top with nipple piercings in a bikini to talking about lubricants. That will not get awkward at all.
Oh, my God. No. And no, Don, we're not saving that for episode 100. We've got something really special planned for episode 100. We just don't know what the fuck it is yet.
I was about to say, we do?
Well, TJ, the thing is episode 100, did you ever discover the plan for episode 100, or did nobody tell you?
No one's told me shit.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Before the COVIDs and everything else ruined our lives, when Justin and I were supposed to be in Tennessee, we were going to fucking do episode 100 and surprise you with it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to invite you out to dinner and then instead take you to Royal Range and film episode 100 at Royal Range.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Right. Yeah. Well, fucking COVIDs and shit and Justin and digital technical difficulties and everything else. Bottom line, that shit didn't work out. So I had an elaborate fucking ruse of a hoax plan for episode 100 that I had not shared with you. And now that bit tits, we've got about 10 days to figure out what the hell super awesome shenanigans we're going to pull for episode 100. I'm here to announce that we will have Joe Rogan.
His distant cousin, Tim.
Joe Rogan's third cousin, Larry, from Omaha. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back on the podcast, man.
Bro, I missed you.
Missed you too, buddy.
I really missed you. I honestly, so everybody, seriously, like, TJ and I have been buddies for a hot minute, and I have never seen him this. I don't want to say stressed because you're not really stressed. Like it's certainly getting at you or whatever, but
It pure unadulterated exhaustion.
Yeah, you're just smoked, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Smoke trout. That was me. Just hang me in a teepee, fill it with fire, and let me go.
Yeah. But honestly, dude, respect gets respect, right? Like we all work our asses off, and some of us eat dinner at 10 o'clock at night, and some of us get chained to a computer. But at the end of the day, our kids won't starve, and
nope.
Everybody will have what they need around the house, and we'll be doing the man shit. And TJ's been doing his fair share of man shit over the last. Really, it's been like 60 days at this point. We're pushing. You probably know. You're probably like 437 hours, 11 minutes, and 92 seconds or something.
What's today?
The 25th of January.
25th. I have been going since December 13th. That Monday. Right. No, what was that Monday of the 17th? So the week of the 17th, whatever that Monday was, it would have been the 12th or the 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been locked into my desk doing it since then.
That's ridiculous. Not one day off, other than like.
No, we did get a couple days off.
You took
and let's be clear, like this is something I want to give a. I'll never mention them on this show, but my company. Every minute that I have been involved and locked into this shit, I have had a absolutely stellar group of colleagues and mentors and leaders who have been grinding this shit out right next to me. So this is not like a woe is TJ thing. This is not I'm bearing this burden myself. This is a constant reminder of how awesome of a company that I work with day to day. Right? And that is the one glimmer of hope that I have had throughout this entire ordeal. No matter how stressful it gets, no matter how tough it is, this isn't one of those things where my boss checks in on me and goes, "Hey man, you still alive? Yeah, I'm here. Okay, cool. Call me next week if you need anything."
Yeah.
No, this dude is on calls with the clients, helping run defense, giving me top cover while I do whatever it is I've got to do. And it's been absolutely phenomenal. It really has.
Really good. That's really, really good.
Yeah, man. It sucked, but I'll tell you what. You want to talk about baptism by fire and learning some shit. You think you know what you're doing until someone comes up and checks you. Yeah. In this case, it's in the form of Chinese hackers. So
you're going to be really pissed off when you find out that I hired them.
Only if I don't get a cut of the ransom.
Right, that's what I'm saying. How would you feel?
I might be inclined to beat you with a sack of doorknobs, if I'm being honest.
Sack of doorknobs.
I wouldn't even use Sweet Valencia oranges. I want there to be bruises. You're gonna be in the next Zoom call, and all you're gonna have is like Quickset tattooed across your face.
Oh my god. Quickset. That's funny.
Schleg, just a big old Schleg mark on your forehead. What happened to you, Kent? My best friend found out that I hired those Chinese hackers to ransomware that client of his, and well, he didn't take it all that well.
I called up China and said, "Hey, you want to ruin a bunch of people's lives?"
Oh. No, but we did take some time off. So we did. That being said, with my leadership being involved, we made it a point that Christmas Day, New Year's Day, everybody pretty much punched out. Luckily, because of the tireless work efforts of the whole team that's been involved. We were able to get things recovered to a point that we were operational. The client was operational. And we were able to get out and just punch out for New Year's Day and Christmas Day.
Now, how does that work? Do you call the hackers and like, hey, listen, we're taking the year of the tiger off. Leave us alone for a day. Is that what you do? Or
no, I mean, the reality of the situation is what ended up happening, at least in this case, and truthfully, in a lot of the cases I've been involved in that get this bad, they sever the network. They go into a lockdown protocol.
Right. So
you've got very archaic operations running so that the clients are being served, right? But we're talking moving from digital to paper, which is not easy in this line of work, but it's getting done. But yeah, with the network severed, the connection that the attackers had was likewise severed or terminated. So essentially going to a lockdown, you've got your fortress built, only a couple of things that you explicitly control are getting in or out from a network connectivity perspective, and they start rebuilding from within. Kind of like how they hid the spire of the Empire State Building inside the Empire State Building before they completed building it. They wanted it to be a secret for how tall it was going to be because at the time it was on deck to be the tallest building in the world. And they hid the spire, like the very top portion of the Empire State Building, inside the totality of the Empire State Building. So right before they finished and everyone thought that it wasn't going to be the tallest building in the world, they pulled out that top portion and put it in place and finished it, and it was then breaking records. But nobody was allowed in or out other than the explicit people that were controlling that situation. It's pretty cool the way that works.
So how much, this might be a different show at this point, but how much nefarious activity within the client's network do you come up with that had nothing to do with the problem you're there for? You discovered that the chief financial officer had was running a side business inside the network or something.
No, so that I have not experienced that part yet. I can tell you that it does happen. There are protocols in place. Honestly, it's one of my biggest fears. Right. Truth be told, is even when I went through school, because I have a graduate certificate or a minor in digital forensics, or an undergrad in digital forensics, and incident response. And one of the things that all of my professors harped on was preparing you for the inevitability that, hey, you might have gotten a call about a malicious email, right? A phishing campaign that came through, or a virus on somebody's computer. And then you go and start investigating that computer and you find criminal activity up to and including some of the worst things that you could possibly imagine that happen on cyberspace.
Right.
Right. So how do you handle that? Luckily, and I consider myself fortunate that I have not encountered that yet, but I mark my words, it's only a matter of time.
Right.
So, but I can tell you when it comes to that point, you're normally notifying law enforcement and letting them take over.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, so you cast a wide net when you're doing these types of, network wide, thousands of systems that are impacted. We have technologies at our disposal that allow us to gain visibility into the entirety of the network. Every workstation, every server, we've got a piece of software on it that allows us to see what's going on. And I mean, you see remnants, you see other things that may or may not be associated with the indicators of compromise for that case that you're working. But yeah, I mean, you always see, it's kind of like, oh, I got called for a spider infestation. I opened up this one closet that no one's opened in 10 years and it's a roach infestation too.
Right.
Right. It's kind of the nature of the beast. Right. But it is what it is. You just have to document it and make sure that it gets annotated and reported on. But attribution is very difficult in these cases.
Right.
Because everyone wants to know who did it, right? Who can I go beat the shit out of to get back at them? And the reality situation is you can almost never guarantee, unless there's a very clear like statement. Like so ransomware is actually a really good example. Most cases of ransomware have a ransom note. Your computers have been encrypted. If you try to recover them, you will. It's pointless to try to recover it. You're locked down beyond belief. If you want the decryption keys, email us at this email address, or hit us up on WhatsApp or whatever. Right? Some non-tracking, non-logging, secure form of communication. But yeah, there's usually like a calling card that comes along with those in some cases. Sometimes there's not. So in the absence of that calling card, and unless you match enough criteria of the tactics that are known for that group, you'll never know exactly who did it.
But in this case, because you're trying to get money. Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, even people have even spoken with them. Well, not spoken, but exchanged communications with them via those emails. There are actually firms, and this is actually pretty cool to participate in to some degree. But there are firms that do nothing but ransomware negotiation. Just like you call in a hostage negotiator, right, from the FBI or whatever, there are private firms in this industry where their sole purpose in life is to reach out, engage with, and enter into negotiations with a ransomware threat actor in order to figure out what they want for payment, confirm or deny exactly what they've taken, and try to put together pieces of the puzzle from that aspect. But yeah, it's actually pretty cool to watch that stuff because I get to see the transcripts of those communications. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. I like this. This is fun.
I really should have been a criminal. I've been a good criminal.
No, you wouldn't have. You've been a horrible criminal.
Really?
You would have been eaten up with grief. Just be like, you would have been that criminal that has like an existential crisis and tries to become a good guy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true.
So I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have been a bad guy. I don't like seeing other people being harmed or.
Yeah, but like,
I know I have this gruff exterior, right? Very, very, very machismo. Very, play aloof.
Keep telling yourself that. Go on.
Right. But I'm really a teddy bear. So
yeah, you are. It's I don't know. I'm gonna hack Pfizer and find out what's in the vaccine.
They don't even know.
And put it out before 75 years.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of interesting stuff in this, man. They say when you get into this industry, you cannot be afraid of learning, and you can't ever get tired of learning because you will learn shit every single day. I'll tell you right now, as much as I love learning stuff, I was like, can I please stop now? I just want to go to bed before 2:00 in the morning. Just let me go. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, that's for sure.
Well, we're glad to have you back. I'll call China. I'll tell them to ease up on you. You know what? I just figured out who it is. I have solved all the clues.
Colonel Clink in the library with a pipe wrench.
No, it was Frank the whole time. He's always wanted your job on the podcast.
Right.
He couldn't find a way to get it. He knew I'd need help. And he decided to, beep boop his way into the beep boopers and beep boop with the beep boop. And then here we are.
Well, I read his ransom note, and we need to talk to him about his spelling and grammatical errors.
I guarantee you it was Frank. That's even better yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good times.
Notice, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but you've never seen TJ and Frank in the same room.
Yeah, they have. We've been on the fucking podcast together.
Nope, same person. I'm uncovering the conspiracy.
You've never seen them in the same room. Yes, the 12 fans that tune into the show every week have seen us. But anybody else that's new to the show, you've never seen us together.
Well, I'm just saying that could have been like a hologram or something.
You know what sucks though too is because if it's not the cyber hackers, it's the damn It's the damn weather. Like damn near the entire crew from Apache was up here an hour away from me at Royal Range. Gunset was up here taking that class with Rangemaster.
Yep.
We were going to get together and go out for it. It was also my anniversary weekend. But we were going to go out to dinner. We were going to link up Sunday, and we ended up getting snowed in.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you know what, Don? You're right. That was the day TJ kept freezing. We never actually saw TJ and Frank on the same show because one dude would freeze, and then the other dude would unfreeze, and then one dude would freeze.
Okay, now you're starting to convince me that it's a conspiracy.
See? Mm-hmm.
Might be something to this. You never know.
Episode 100, we will reveal the true identity of my podcast partner.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we really need to talk about episode 100.
Call tomorrow and figure out what the fuck we're gonna do.
Right?
Oh God. Dun dun dun.
100 episodes. You'd think after 100 episodes we would have put together show notes at some point.
Yeah, we'd have had this figured out.
No, I think it takes away from the show.
Right, it would.
Preparation. It's for pussies.
Nah, I don't need that. We just sit here and mow down on a deer burger while talking about SHOT Show. What could possibly go wrong?
Right. I will do this. So being my first show back in a while, you guys will get a sneak peek only of this year's TJ's purchase of a gun.
Ooh.
Ready? Okay, you ready?
Here we go.
Oh, that's it. That's all you get.
Oh, Daddy.
Stay tuned. I will actually. It's been over a year since I posted a video on my own YouTube channel, but I am going to do a full review of this gun, and also, believe it or not, one other that I purchased a while ago. Ooh, spiffy.
It's not as cool.
Wait,
Oh.
I don't remember that slide.
Oh.
I mean, it's still just a Glock, but.
Oh. Gosh.
Yeah, Don, you might have seen something.
I saw a hammer.
Yep. There is, in fact, there is a hammer.
You can see a hammer.
But yeah, so no, I will be doing a full review. I mean, can we just say I will do this? Hold on, let me, because you already got your sneak peek. I'm not going to do it again, but I will take this off because Kent is going to be the most happy to see this. I have finally replaced Abraham Lincoln's Surefire.
Y'all don't know. You guys do not know.
I still have that Surefire. It's still on my Glock 34. But
oh God.
But along with this new gun purchase, I finally appeased Kent, and I bought a brand new Surefire X300 that's 1,000 lumens. And yeah, it's the UB, so it's got the screw-on thing.
You guys do not know, dude. TJ pulled out this X300 that he was putting on his gun to set up with this floodlight when I was with him. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, dude, was that Abraham Lincoln's X300? That thing has like 5 lumens left. It was like, honest to God, it was like somebody lit a match inside the flashlight and then stuck it on the gun.
Yeah, it was Colonel Custer's Surefire. You know what the sad thing is? I'm like, no, it's plenty bright. What the hell are you talking about? I get this new one home and I compare the two on the wall. I was like, oh my God, Kent wasn't lying. This is horrible.
It was like, yeah, these gun lights are amazing. And I was like, what the fuck? What is that mess? Oh God.
Hey man, that Surefire's been running strong for over 10 years. Over 10 years now.
Over 10, yeah, over.
No shit. I bought that Surefire, that original Surefire X300. I bought that in 2008.
Oh man, that's old. So,
right?
so I just got a really good idea.
That flashlight's older than my son.
You're still using shit for shit. It's older than your kid. Oh God. Mm-hmm. So
it still works.
I just got a text message with a really good idea in it
for episode 100. Does it start with show notes? Because that's a non-starter for me. We've been over this. I don't prepare.
So it's from my mom, which is terrifying. but it is a really good idea. It's a great idea. She says we should let the wives and kids host episode 100.
No, I can't do that.
I can. I think that'd be hilarious.
I will host the show with Sophie. I will absolutely do that.
Oh, I want Boss Lady. I don't want to put Homegirl's name on the internet, but I want her.
Oh. I mean, we maybe.
I'm gonna call her. I got her number. I'm calling her up.
You know what we should do? I like the idea. However, I think the timing is off. I think that makes for an excellent Valentine's Week special.
Well, we can wait a couple weeks for 100.
No, it'll take away from the magic.
I don't know. I just think you're afraid to let your wife talk on the internet about you.
Oh, I'm absolutely afraid to let her talk on the internet about me. I'm not going to lie about that at all.
That would be really funny.
I'm worried about her talking about me not on the internet.
Right. Which she does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to her more in the last 2 months than I have you.
Yeah, this is a true statement.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the look on your face was pretty funny when you thought of Mrs. Ginger up there. That's a good one. Bro, that would be such a funny episode.
Stop whatever you're thinking. Stop it.
I really like this idea. That would be.
I think we can make that happen.
I mean, honestly, can you imagine like Sophie sitting down here getting a podcast all hooked up, and I come walking down with a cocktail and dinner for her, and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, I love you," and she's like, "Then get the fuck out."
Right.
Like, oh man. I have to sit there and watch it happen on the internet and like couldn't do anything about it. She just locked this door down here, which I don't have a key to. Oh.
Yeah, and Don, that look of terror is well earned. I've seen my wife shoot.
Yeah, dude, don't fuck with her. That's not good. I almost said her name. Don't fuck with Mama Ledslinger. She'll mess you up. Soph will mess you up too.
Yeah, I'm equally terrified of both of them.
Right?
Love them both dearly, but equally terrified.
Right? I like it. This shaping up. I don't know if it's going to be episode 100 or not, but I say we do it for sure.
Yeah, sure. What the fuck? Why not? In famous last words, what's the worst that could happen?
Right. What's the worst that could happen?
We'll get a sponsor.
You know what would be terribly fucking hilarious but awesome? They do better than we would.
Yes, they would.
Next week, they'd be like, tonight's show is brought to you by lavender edibles. And we'd be like, what the fuck are lavender edibles? Like, I don't know. But they're paying us. Shut up.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we could. It could be fun.
No, Don, Soph wouldn't tank GMD. Lord knows if I haven't managed to, she won't either. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that could be fun. So, all right, buddy.
Yeah, let's get out of here, shall we?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and speak your piece, brother.
www.greenmountaindefense.com/training. Handgun fundamentals coming up at the end of the month of February. We've got 4 seats left in that. Just had a really awesome med class. Just had a really awesome rifle class. Private lessons are booked up, but we do have some openings. Hirsch can handle the weekday stuff. I can handle the evenings, and Justin can handle the weekends. So between us, we got you covered. Let's see what else. I'm honored to be AI number 2 right seat for Tim Kelly at Apache Solutions. They're coming up here doing AEDC in Lebanon, PA, March the 12th. The weekend of the 12th, 13th, 14th, I'll be AI in that class. So if you guys want to see me play number 2 target bitch to Tim, come on out and watch. Maybe he'll let me teach something. That'll be fun. Man, friggin' defensive pistol metrics being taught in a bunch of states over the next couple months. Hosting Tim Herron, hosting Chuck Pressburg, hosting Ashton Ray. I'm forgetting hosting, but we've got a lot of hosting coming up. And greenmountaindefense.com/affiliate-links. If you're going to buy gun stuff anyway, you might as well buy it through us. hit me up if you want a Filster holster. Hit me up if you want some tourniquets, some med kits, all that kind of stuff. We're in the holsters and med kits business now. Just got our first order in just here the other day and already half sold through it. So if you guys want some stuff, let me know. What else?
Yeah, speaking of which, hold on. Speaking of which, I ordered some shit from you.
Yeah, you did. What do you want? You want your med kits?
Yes.
Okay. I'll send them to you.
And the Enigma, I think.
Yeah, I've got a Pro Series and an Enigma set aside for you.
Perfect.
But there's a shitload of med kits up here. I should rephrase. They're not really so much med kits as they are pouches and tourniquets and chest seals and you know what I mean?
No, I think I put it in order for one of the vehicle kits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's all separate. They didn't send it to me as kits.
Awesome.
Right?
So fucking IKEA? What?
Right. Well, so I reach in this box, I reach in this box, I reach in this box, I reach in this box. Right. Assemble it all. And send it out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so that's all good. That's all in there. What else do I have? I don't know. I think I'm good.
You good?
Come train. Let's learn things. What about you, man?
Well, Kent, adoring fans, all dozen and a half of you.
Stop it.
No, it's really good to be back, folks. Kent said it, get some training. If you're going to buy some gun stuff, buy it from us or buy it from our affiliate links. Support the companies that support us. Help us continue to bring you the content that you love week after week, especially when I'm maybe here, maybe I'm not. I don't know. Am I coming or going? And whose pants are these? Anyway, folks, we couldn't do this without you guys. The fans, I know we joke about, the number of fans that we have, but the reality situation is we have far more that show up for this live show. With that being said, though, we love to see the lively chat. We love to see this community that Kent and I have started to foster grow. So tell your friends, share those links, invite them to the Facebook page. Remember that if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us on email, slingandledpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, shoot us a message. Find us on Instagram. I am, of course, the Lead Sling and Ginger. Kent is at Green Mountain Defense. That is all the time we have for this week. Thank you all so much. We love you. Take care of each other. Get out and shoot. And until next time, we are out of here.
Bye.